cortisol. If you've ever felt like your stress is getting harder to manage, and if your body feels tense, and your mind feels overloaded, and your emotions feel closer to the surface than ever, and if you've ever wondered why even small things set you off lately, I want you to hear this clearly. Prayer isn't just comforting, it's regulating. It doesn't just calm your mind, it lowers your cortisol, your primary stress hormone. And today I'm going to show you exactly how and why. If you're a high achieving Christian woman in perimenopause, juggling work, kids, aging parents, ministry, and nonstop responsibility, then what I'm about to share may be one of the most important tools that you add to your hormone health. And let's dive in. So, why perimenopause makes cortisol so much worse? Before we talk about prayer, you need to understand what's happening inside your body. In perimenopause, estrogen becomes unpredictable, sometimes high, sometimes low, and sometimes dropping. It drops sharply overnight sometimes. And when estrogen fluctuates, it does three important things. It increases your sensitivity to stress. The things you used to handle with ease now feel heavier. It reduces your stress tolerance. You're quicker to overwhelm, quicker to be irritable, and quicker to cry. It amplifies the cortisol's effects, meaning the same amount of stress feels twice as intense. And this is why so many women say, I feel like I'm losing myself. I don't recognize my reactions. I don't used to act this way. I used to be able to handle these things fine. But now I'm fine 1 minute and anxious the next. Your body isn't failing you, it's signaling that it needs support, especially support that calms cortisol quickly and consistently. And that's where prayer comes in. Now let's talk about how prayer affects the brain. Most people think prayer is a one-way conversation with God. It is more than that. So biologically, prayer is also an experience your nervous system deeply responds to. So let me break down what happens. Prayer quiets the amygdala, the alarm center. This is the part of your brain that reacts when you feel unsafe, overwhelmed, or threatened. And during prayer, especially contemplative or relational prayer, the amygdala activation decreases, meaning the brain stops yelling danger. Prayer also activates the prefrontal cortex, your reasoning and calming center. This is the part of your brain that helps you regulate your hormones. It regulates your emotions. It helps make decisions and helps you stay grounded. And prayer literally shifts the blood flow back toward clarity and calm. Prayer also boosts the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and restore mode. And this is where cortisol begins to fall, where your breathing deepens, where your muscles relax, where your heart steadies. Prayer generates a sense of relational safety. And this is huge because your nervous system is wired to calm down in the presence of safety. And prayer creates that connection with the ultimate source of safety. Isn't that wonderful? So, this isn't abstract, it's measurable. When the brain feels connected, supported, and not alone, cortisol decreases. Now, why prayer lowers cortisol faster than most stress tips? Now, let's be honest. Most women don't have time for 45 minutes of meditation. We don't have time for perfect morning routine. Who has that? We rarely have time for silent retreat, although we should make time for it. And who has time for a complex supplement stack? It takes a lot of planning. You need something that works fast, fits into a real life, and doesn't require adding more to your already full plate. Now, here's why prayer works so quickly. Prayer engages the emotional and spiritual brain simultaneously. It's not just cognitive, it's relational, it's embodied, and it's heart level. This creates a deeper calming response than general mindfulness. Prayer reduces isolation, one of the biggest cortisol triggers. When you pray, you stop feeling like you're carrying everything alone. Your body responds to that shift immediately. And guess what? Prayer requires no setup. You can pray in the car, you can pray in the bathroom, in between meetings, with your kids fighting in the background, while making dinner, and it still works. Prayer activates breath regulation naturally. Most prayers naturally slow your breathing, which alone triggers a drop in cortisol. Now, here's some practical ways to use prayer to reduce cortisol daily. So, a simple, powerful prayer practice, it only takes 30 to 60 seconds and directly lowers your stress hormone. So, the first one we're going to practice is the Jesus Be My Peace breath prayer. So, if you inhale slowly, when you exhale, say Be My Peace. And you repeat this 6 to 8 times, and this shifts your vagus nerve into regulation quickly. Then, another one is the 30-second morning offering. Before you touch your phone, before you get out of bed, pray, Lord, I give you today every stressor, every responsibility, every emotion. Walk with me in it. And this sets your baseline cortisol response for the day. And guess what? One of the most powerful tools for us is the rosary. And even 1 decade of the rosary, just 1 decade, the rhythm plus the repetition plus the intention equals nervous system regulation. Now we talk about scripture based grounding. So pick one verse that anchors you. One is be still and know that I am God. Another one is when I'm afraid, I trust in you. My peace I give to you. Say it slowly. Let each word land in your body. So another powerful tool is adoration, even for 5 minutes. Just sitting in his presence, silence, stillness, awareness drops cortisol dramatically. Even if you don't feel anything, your physiology responds to the presence, not performance. And this is why cortisol matters for women in perimenopause. In this season of life, cortisol doesn't just affect stress, it affects belly fat, sleep, mood swings, irritability, anxiety, energy crashes, food cravings, night sweats, brain fog, and emotional resilience. If cortisol stays high, all of these things get worse. If cortisol comes down, everything becomes more manageable. Prayer is not a small thing. It's easy though, and it's not an afterthought, and it's not just something nice to do. It's a God designed hormonal regulator, one you can access anytime. If this helped you understand your body, your faith in a deeper, more integrated way, make sure you subscribe because I share practical faith rooted approach tools, hormone tools like this every week. It's simple, and beautiful and designed for busy women. Remember, you're not alone. You're not failing. Your body speaking, and prayer is one of the most powerful ways to help it feel safe again. Until next weekend.